Have you ever said yes when you meant no? Have you ever smiled while your heart was breaking? If you're nodding right now, you've experienced the exhausting reality of living out of alignment, and you're not alone. Mahatma Gandhi, the man who led India to independence through nonviolent resistance, understood something profound about human nature. He knew that true happiness wasn't found in external achievements or material possessions. Instead, he discovered it in a simple yet revolutionary idea. Happiness emerges when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Think about that for a moment. Gandhi wasn't talking about occasional consistency. He was describing a complete alignment of your internal world with your external reality. It's about living as one integrated person rather than fragments of different personas. Most of us live fragmented lives without even realizing it. We think one thing at work, say another thing to our friends, and do something completely different when we're alone. We believe in honesty but tell white lies to avoid confrontation. We value health but skip the gym for the third time this week. We dream of writing a book but spend hours scrolling through social media instead. This misalignment creates an invisible weight we carry everywhere. It's the source of that nagging feeling that something isn't quite right. It's why you can have everything you thought you wanted and still feel empty. When your thoughts, words, and actions point in different directions, you're essentially trying to walk 3 paths at once. It's exhausting, confusing, and ultimately unsustainable. Gandhi's wisdom cuts through this chaos with surgical precision. He's telling us that happiness isn't something we chase or acquire. It's something that naturally arises when we stop contradicting ourselves. When we live with integrity, we free up enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy that was previously spent managing our internal conflicts. Let's break this down. Your thoughts are your private truth, the voice in your head that knows what you really believe and value. Your words are your public truth, how you present yourself to the world. Your actions are your lived truth, the actual choices you make every single day. When these 3 align, something magical happens. You stop second-guessing yourself. You sleep better at night. You feel lighter, clearer, more present. You become someone others can rely on because you've become someone you can rely on. Consider Sarah, a marketing executive who spent years promoting products she didn't believe in. She thought the work was meaningless. She told her family it was just temporary, but she kept doing it for the paycheck. The cognitive dissonance ate away at her until she finally made a change. She took a pay cut to work for a nonprofit aligned with her values. Almost immediately, she felt a weight lift. Her stress decreased, her relationships improved. She'd found her harmony. Or think about David, who valued authenticity but constantly wore a mask of perfection on social media. His thoughts screamed that he was struggling. His posts proclaimed everything was amazing. His actions involved hours of careful curation and filtering. When he finally started sharing his real journey, including the messy parts, he experienced genuine connection for the first time in years. The path to harmony starts with brutal honesty. You need to identify where you're out of alignment. Where are your thoughts, words, and actions telling different stories? This requires courage because you'll likely discover uncomfortable truths about yourself. Maybe you think you value family time but say yes to every work demand and spend evenings answering emails. Maybe you believe in environmental responsibility but talk about climate change while driving a gas-guzzling vehicle. Maybe you think kindness matters but speak harshly to yourself in your internal dialogue. Once you've identified the misalignments, you have 3 options. You can change your thoughts by examining whether your beliefs actually serve you. You can change your words by speaking more truthfully about your real feelings and intentions. Or you can change your actions by making choices that reflect what you genuinely believe. Often, the most powerful approach involves all 3. Start small. Pick one area of misalignment and commit to bringing it into harmony. If you think exercise is important, say it out loud and actually show up at the gym. If you believe relationships matter more than work, tell people that and then leave the office on time. His message isn't about perfection. It's about progress toward authenticity. It's about becoming whole rather than fragmented. When you achieve this harmony, even in small ways, you'll discover that happiness isn't something you need to pursue. It's simply the natural state of a person living in truth. So ask yourself today, where am I divided? Where can I bring my thoughts, words, and actions into alignment? Because that's where your happiness is waiting. Not in some distant future achievement, but in the integrity of this present moment. That's the profound gift Gandhi offers us. The reminder that peace begins within, and happiness follows harmony.